everyone, welcome back to Mouth and Matter. My name is Titi, and if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, make sure to smash that like button, and let's get right into it. So if you are new here, the format, the way these things usually go is I talk about the plot, I talk about the characters, I talk about my likes and my dislikes, then it goes into theory time, then my rating and my final thoughts. So today's pick is called #Blessed by Victoria Robato, and okay, going straight into the plot. So it's about this girl Joanna who kind of like swipes right to date these 7 gods, and then when things like abruptly goes to shit, she has to like venture into the world and like see what's going on and try and save them. So okay, character section now. So we have Joanna, who's like, she's really flighty. She has awesome hair, like her hair is just like it's she has great hair, hence my shirt. She's really hung up about her ex, like truly hung up. It's kind of weird. It gets like kind of like a passing kind of nod. I mean, it happens and we're all just like, shit, what the fuck just happened? And then, you know, bye, we just forget about that whole thing. And then yeah, and another thing is that she's part of Glasses gang, which by the way I cannot find right now. Where are my glasses? Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can say about her. Like, what else can I say about Joanna? She's just let's just go to the gods. The gods kind of suffer the same thing as Joanna. I can't really say much about them. They're very homogenous. Like, I swear I only know like 3 distinctively, to be fucking honest. I don't like truly I don't know. It's a problem, which, you know what, I'll get to that later. Okay, so my likes now. I really like the art. The art was quite good. It was really good, very consistent. I enjoyed it. It was nice to look at. The art is good. Like, there's no problems for me in the art. I keep saying the art is subjective. Art is always subjective. That I just like what I like, and yeah, this I liked. It was okay. I liked her reaction to a group of gods, like forming out of nowhere, like just materializing and popping out of nowhere and be like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have to date us, and then one of us will impregnate you. And yeah, bitch just ran out of there. She was like, oh, this is all a hallucination. She ate a salad earlier on. She was like, shit, the person who gave me that overpriced salad, they definitely did not watch that salad. Now I'm having a hallucination. And the only thing I could think of in that time was like, oh my gosh, some Donahue and Stevenson type shit. Go sue, say, yeah, you're getting hallucinations and all that shit. And then I like the diversity in terms of like the relationships there. There was not like an emphasis on heterosexual relationships. Like, we got like a myriad of relationships. These are like these are like 7 different gods. They're not all male, they're not all female. I don't even know how many they are. Let's see. There's like there's the red guy, there's Alex, there's Tiny One, there's Avos, there's Demon Girl, there's Avu, there's Zidabe. Okay, so there's 2 girls and then 4 guys. I think Tiny One is a guy. At least I think that's how he identifies as. I'm not sure. I remember there was a whole thing. I think I can't remember their name. I can't remember the name, but yeah, fine. So yeah, it's not just a heterosexual relationships. It ventures into like different types of relationships. So that was nice. Okay, the 4th one is that the premise of gods was very interesting. The writer, she comes from South America. And I like the idea of seeing like her own interpretation of like gods and all that shit, because like I'm Nigerian and I know, like, you know, because of, you know, slavery and all that shit, like, oh, okay, some people from, you know, West Africa did go to South America and all that shit. So like I enjoy seeing what maybe her own interpretation, maybe it's just from her mind, like it could just be like something she pulled out of her mind. But like, I know at least in the Yoruba like mythology there has been, you know, gods and whatever. So it's nice to see maybe that was like kind of like a its own bridge. Who knows? It could be different. I mean, the gods that she represented, like I said, they're not anything I recognize at all. Like in like the passing like knowledge I have of like Yoruba old gods and whatever. But like it was just nice to see. And then fifth one is that I like Avos and Alex, and to like an extent Avu. Like, can you see it? Like just the three. Just the three. Just the three. They all start with the names with A. I just like them. They're okay. To an extent Zidabe, just because of the way I saw the way she drew this kind of like picture of him. I was like, oh, Zidabe, more like Zida Bay. Cause like but otherwise I don't know, like yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, so my dislikes, that was only like what, 4 likes, 1 2 3 4 5 likes. Okay, get ready for my dislikes. So I didn't like how she was matching, like how she was swiping. She said, okay, let me just swipe at everyone at once, let me just go quickly, let me not pay attention. I'm like, my guy, you don't have to be doing all that. You don't have to be doing all that. The way I see, or the little that I know from dating apps, is that girls are always in like wants. You know what I mean? Girls are always in need, in short supply. Girls are always in short supply, and then it's a lot of guys, right? I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the little I know from dating apps. So like, you swiping a lot, like, my guy, don't worry about it, you'll be fine, like you get to a lot of good people on dating apps, but you can also get some weirdos on dating apps. So you just swiping, case in point, the gods, like, you just swiping like shit, like, fuck, like, calm down. Next thing was that it's a horrible contract that they pulled up. They had the contract on our phone, and her, by swiping right on them without her seeing, but she swiped right anyway, it's supposed to be like an acceptance. And it's like, while there is a thing in law about how you can accept something without having read the like fine print or the terms and conditions, like maybe there was something written on the back of the receipt and you didn't, like, you already like bought the thing or did something or something like that, and like, fine, people will still be like, no, sorry, that was an offer, you accepted, case in point, done. But like, you would think that significance or sufficient attention needs to be drawn to the fact that, hey, you're gonna be indoctrinated into this like age-old prophecy type shit. You're gonna be indoctrinated, you're gonna get impregnated, you gotta date these 7 omniscient like, you would think that maybe they'd draw sufficient attention to that. You know what I mean? Like, I get the story has to like start somehow, but like, it started on such a scummy basis. It's like, are you serious out here really just going to make her fulfill this contract, something that was on, like, nobody's paying attention on their phone. Like, I can't count how many things I've scrolled by like on fucking Instagram. Like, what the hell? Like, even though that's not me accepting it, but what if I just like something because I just saw it on, like, oh, okay, this looks like a meme, I've liked it, like, and I just keep it going, or I save it, I just keep pushing. Like, the fuck, it was quite scummy. Like, I mean, just think of a reasonable man test. And yes, I know I'm confusing like torts with like contracts, like whatever, but like, no reasonable person is out here thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to match with these people out of nowhere. And no reasonable person is gonna think that it's actually real, even if they did stop fucking scrolling like a psychopath like Joanna was doing and like actually paid attention. They probably like, nah, it's a fucking joke, and just like keep pushing. Like, the fuck, I don't know. Like I said, I get the story has started somehow, but fucking hell, it was just like, yeah, it just got on my nerves. Next thing was that she accepted pretty easily. Like, yeah, she ran away and she thought she was hallucinating, but I mean, she was just like, okay, fine, let me drop a rule book, I will have a date with you on this date, then it's go to this one, everybody gets one date. I was like, shit, bitch really accepted really easily. I was like, oh, Can't be me. Can't relate. Like I said, story has to start somehow. It's okay, I get it, but goddamn, some more resistance would have been like okay, but I don't know. That's just me. That's just a me thing. That's just a me thing. Next thing is that it gets slightly info dumpy, like slightly on a lot of. It's not a lot, but it's enough to be like, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Another thing that I really did not like was that Joanna broke up with her ex, and then she saw her ex in the town she's living in now, and she goes fucking crazy. And she tries to like stalk him at like the expense of the date she's having now with Avu, and she's like, oh, she bumps into him, you know what I mean, like, oh shit, is this you, Dan? I don't know if his name is Dan, but like, let's say it's that. She's like, oh shit, is this you, Dan? Oh my gosh, maybe we can have dinner sometime or something like that. I don't know, I can't remember what she said, but the guy was like, my guy, you know, you broke up with me, right? Like, no, sorry, I don't want to do. And then this bitch really fully said, oh my gosh, how could I forget, like, I broke up with him, not the other way around. I'm like, bitch, yes. This is a real ass question. How could you forget? How do you forget who does the breaking up? Especially if you're the one who did the break. How does one forget that? How does one really forget that you're the one who broke things off? Like, what the fuck? I was just like, shit, this is not believable. This is not really believable. And it just made me more mad at her. It's like, you're out here, you're not leaving this guy alone. Like, leave him alone. Stop stalking him, stop stalking his Instagram, stop stalking whatever girl he's dating. And I can't believe you're not even the one that is on the receiving end of the breakup. You're the one who broke up. So it's like, bitch, you have to live with that, sit with that, marinate in that. That was you, that was all you. Like, if he was the one that broke up with her actions would be somewhat justified. Like, oh, she didn't want to break up, he broke up with her. I mean, you can't force something, you can't force a relationship or whatever. It doesn't mean you have to be happy with the decision, but I mean, you gotta keep it pushing, you gotta keep living. Fine, but I would have understood if she kept on like stalking him after, like, oh, he broke up with her. But like, she did the breaking up, so it's not making sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Fine. So Dario, I think that's her name. Demon girl, whatever. You know, I just call her Demon girl. You know, like, what really fucked me up was the fact that this bitch really just tried to like kidnap Joanna on the premise of keeping her safe in this like limbo kind of place, sort of something. And she didn't think to tell this plan to the other gods. And let me tell you why this is fucked up. Fine, it would have been fine if she genuinely just wanted to hijack the game, do her own shit, further her own motivation. But no, she actually just wanted to help Joanna and like keep her safe and all that shit. And I'm like, okay, if that was the case, why didn't you tell the other gods? You know what I mean? Like, because you've been through this the longest amount of times. Like, she's been through this prophecy shit 3 times. Zerabe has only been through it twice. The others, I think this is the first time. Fine. So you've been through this shit 3 times. Cool. You know the other gods, they're not friends. Like, they're not friends. They're out here. This is a tenuous alliance. The only thing that's keeping them united is the fact that they're in this prophecy. And Joanna. That's all. That's fucking all. Like, you don't think that they would retaliate? These are gods in charge of their own fucking realms. And you didn't think to tell them. You didn't think that they'd retaliate in some such way with the fact that you basically cheated. Like, what did you expect? Do you think they just be like, oh, Dario kidnapped Joanna, that's cool, that's fine, everyone, let's just leave it, that's okay? No, they're not. They didn't. I was fucking like, he destroyed the thing, he destroyed the realm they were in. That's what plunged everything into nonsense. It was just so fucking annoying. I was like, this could have all been averted if you had just like sat down with them, told them what was going to happen. Like, they deserve to know what's going to happen as much as like you do. Like, for fuck's sakes, like, Jesus, like, make it make sense, you know? Like, just make it make sense. I think that's what really pissed me off, because like all of this shit would not have happened if like we just had proper conversation with these people, for fuck's sakes. Next thing is that Joanna fully went to look for them. That's my next point. Joanna fully went to look for them. She fully went inside that portal in her phone that popped up out of nowhere. She said, yeah, this looks safe. Let me just jump in. And again, maybe this is a me thing. Like, the same with her accepting it easily. Again, story has to start. Story has to go somewhere. Like, fine, this is a me thing, not like a creator thing. But for fuck's sake, I don't know you guys that well. I'm not gonna jump in. I'm not gonna do that. You guys would want me to be safe the way I see it. You'd want me to be safe. You'd want me to be fine. Like, I'm okay. I'm cool. This I never really bargained for it. I got into it because like truly, you guys fucking scammed a mortal, like a human, into being in a relationship with all 7 of you without like remorse. Well, not without remorse, but like without thought on how this would play out. And you really like, if it was me, I'm sorry, that's your business. You guys are on your own. It was nice knowing you for the limited time that I knew you. To be fair, these girls, they weren't that bad. They were okay. Some of them weren't that bad, but like, for fuck's sakes, like, you really out here like scammed me into this like contracts, and now like y'all are dealing with whatever. Like, I don't miss you that much. I don't miss you that much. That could never be me. Can't be me. Just my, like, no. What are you doing trying to look for them? It didn't make sense to me, in my opinion. I was like, oh shit, okay, fine. If you wanna go, but fuck it. Like, it can't be me, basically. Just can't be me. Okay, so the next thing is that the powers are so undefined. I don't know what's going on with their powers. Like, I can't tell you who does what. I know one's god of destruction. I know I've wanted to be god of intelligence, but she came goddess of light. Someone is the god of balance. And that's all. And if those sound rather vague to you, it's because they are rather vague. I don't know what. I think all of them can fly to an extent. But like, shit, I don't fucking know what they can do, because it's like, it's so undefined. One time I'll be seeing like, oh shit, okay, you can do this, but you can't do that. It's weird. It's very undefined. It's very weird. I think they get wiped out if they use too much of their powers, or they go to chibi versions, which did I put as that's what I liked. I really like the chibi versions. It's so cute, so adorable. But otherwise, it's like, it's very undefined. I never know what's going on, and I never know the stakes, because I don't know their powers. If I knew their powers, I'd be like, shit, okay, she can probably get out of this, she can probably do this, but, or no, oh my gosh, her powers won't help her with this, or his powers won't help him with this. Like, I don't know how they're gonna have to get out of this. But so you, like, I don't know this. I don't know the powers, so I can't grapple with the stakes. So I'm like, I'm just going in blind, you know what I mean? Which I guess might be a good point for the creator to do, because now you can sort of like, what's the thing, avoid plot holes, because the readers don't know that the clear confines of someone's like powers, so the readers won't be able to point out like, hey, this thing that just happened, you realize that person could probably have gotten out of it if they just did X, Y, and Z. So it's sort of a smart move on the creator, whether she did it intentionally or unintentionally. But yeah, I don't know the powers. I don't know when whose power ends and which one's like continues. So yeah. Okay, so the next thing is that there's some parts that are really forgettable, like really forgettable. There was like really important parts. There was one thing that happened and it escapes my mind right now. That's how I've forgotten. Like, on reread, you guys know that I reread all these webtoons so I can give like an in-depth like review. So I was reading this over the course of this week, and like I was like, shit, this happened, this really happened. Like I remember everything above the page, but like fuck, you're telling me this happened. I was so shocked. I was like, shit, did Victoria come back and like draw this in? Did she change the chapter? What happened here? Because I'm not understanding. I definitely do remember this happening. It was so weird. I can't remember what it was. But when I saw it, I was shook. I was like, fuck, this really happened? Next thing is that I really have no attachment to characters. Like, I don't have any sort of attachment to characters because everything, like I said, I don't know these people so well. The timeline in which this thing went through, which is like my last point actually, like no attachment to characters is one point, then this one is the other point. Like the timeline, the way this thing went to, number one, we only had dates for like who? We had a date for Avu, we had a date for Zidabe, we had a date for Tiny God. I can't remember his name now. We had a date for Tre, maybe. It wasn't really a date, he more like hijacked the thing. Who else? I think that was all. And then everything went to shit, and then yeah. So it's like I don't know these gods quite well, and even with the dates I don't know them quite well. So it's like, okay, like I said, story has to start however way. Everybody, if you're not ready, if you're ready, no one cares. Story has to start, plot has to start, like driving action needs to happen, some cool fine. But like I don't know them and I have no attachment to them, and so I don't really fucking care with whatever happens to them. Like I'm like, oh, okay. Like I said, I would not have gone at, like, then again, like I'm a scaredy cat, I'm a coward, like I'm a fucking coward. Like I would not have gone into that hole, I'm sorry to say. Like who am I going to that hole for? That's none of my business, in my opinion. That seems like a you guys' problem. Like y'all are 7 all powerful. They're not really all powerful, I don't know. Like I said, we don't know the confines of their powers. Y'all are 7 powerful gods. Like you guys got this. You got this. Who am I? I'm just like a mortal. Like fuck, like none of my business. So it's like I don't really care about them, you know what I mean? Like I have no attachment to them. Like I feel like they really rushed the timeline and we didn't get to know them individually and well, and be able to like sort of, what's the thing, draw out anything out of them, you know. So that was quite sad. Because like I have no emotional attachment to them. I'm not like, no, oh my gosh, no, that's no, let's not let that happen, no, these are my cuties, no, like no, I don't care, you know what I mean? Which brings me to another point, like, which kind of like a culmination of what I've been saying, but like same with Joanna. I don't really have any like attachment to her. Joanna, I don't really care what happens to her, just because I don't really, like I said, I can't really give you any defining points about her. Same with the gods. I just know she's making some stupid ass mistakes, and even with her making stupid ass mistakes, it's like, is this a character trait, or is this something that just because she's just thrust into what's happening? I don't know. I don't get it. Like I said, I don't really have an attachment. So yeah. Okay, so that's my likes and dislikes section done and over with. Time for theory time. So I think Joanna's gonna get really hurt, like really hurt. The way this thing ended, because right now it's on hiatus, the way it ended, Zidabe, Alex, Avu, Joanna, they sort of kind of like leave. No, okay, so Alex helps them when Zidabe's guards are about to, like, you know, kill them because they think that Zidabe is under like duress, or he's under manipulation, or the land has been invaded by Avu and like Alex and Joanna. So that's what they think, and they're not able to be called off because they're demons. I don't know what kind of fucking person has uncontrollable demons as your guards. Like people who could really like for fuck's sakes, like goddamn, have people that you can actually control and people you can tell what to do. Like I don't know. I just fine, cool. I think Joanna's gonna get like really hurt, like really fucking hurt, and it's like the perfect time to introduce like another god because we've kind of been centered around Avu, Alex. Like those two are always the constant. Like those I remember. So like I need something else. I need something else. Bring back my boy Alvos. Like I quite love him. Like I said, I have no attachment to them, but like he's fine. He's okay. He's alright. Yeah. Also, what else was I about to say? Okay, with Zidabe, I feel like that person who's in charge of the prophecy and who really wants this shit to happen wiped his memory. But what I want to know is why. Like, why? Do you think that maybe this person who's in charge of prophecy thought like, shit, okay, stuff is going out of hand, stuff is not going how I want to, so let's try and make room for like a fourth prophecy to happen. I'll still use these characters, but I'll wipe them out, wipe out their memories, so on and so forth, blah blah. Because yeah, I don't know, because I think the last ones, here's what happened to the last people who were in the prophecies. The big omniscient person who's controlling all this shit and it's happening. She killed the other god. She killed them off. Jeriel was only allowed to survive. Only survived because she hid in that purgatory place that she has. And Zidabe only survived because the human was like the sacrifice, and he loved the human, so I think it was a human sacrifice. I don't know what fucking happened. Can't be me. I don't know why Joanna's out here trying to be but okay. So like maybe she's like, shit, okay, because she sounded really desperate when stuff was happening, stuff that wasn't what she wanted to happen. By the way, we don't know like the face of this person or who they are or so maybe she was like, okay, something has to happen quick. This is not going how it's planned. I don't have time to kill everybody off. I don't know where everybody is. Let me just try and wipe the memories off, and then we'll start again, do it again, do over. So that's what I think. So I'm gonna give this like a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10. Final thoughts. This is my final thought section. I think it has a lot of promise. You already have the gods, and it's just one of the problems is that I think back to it and I feel like it's just really light in my head. Like it's not, when you haven't studied for anything, you haven't studied for a test, you haven't studied for, and you're just walking into this shit and you know that your head is empty. That's how I feel after reading like this webtoon. That's how I feel after reading #blessed, because it's like, I don't know, that's just how I'm at right now. The creator's really cute. Creator's so cute. I don't know, the way they like, I keep saying it, I've never said it to you guys, but I keep saying artists are the most dangerous people in the entire world. I fucking feel it. Like, I don't know, but like the creator is just so cute. The way they draw themselves. I've never actually seen this woman in real life or in like her real form. I just see her drawing her in chibi version. Like fucking hell, but she's so cute. Like I said, I like the premise. It's just not all there yet. You know what I mean? So hopefully when it comes back from hiatus, because it's on hiatus now currently with like 64 chapters to date, 2 seasons, I think they're fully finished, each with like 30-ish chapters by themselves. So yeah, it's been on hiatus since July, so hopefully when it comes back, which apparently I was reading in the comment section that like, oh, she's just trying to sit down with Webtoon and trying to like get shit done, contract and all that shit. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, hopefully it comes back better also. But I would like to say, I don't know, maybe it's just me and maybe I'm reading too deeply into this, but like when I was like, let me just try something. I've never tried it before in any other webtoon, but I was trying to see like a mark on like the engagement of this kind of thing. So like what I noticed that the earlier chapters got more likes, they got more comments. Like earlier chapters, season 1 got more likes, got more comments than stuff like coming back in like season 2. Which I mean, you could be like, TT, of course that makes sense. Earlier chapters have been around for longer, you know what I mean? They're going to get more likes, they're going to get more comments because there's more time available for people to be like, to like and to comment. But at the same time, it's like I see people who are still commenting on the earlier chapters, but the later chapters, it's like, oh, I haven't seen a comment since like October and since August. Again, you could argue, TT, they've been around for shorter. People are obviously going to work their way through chronologically. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I don't know. It's just quite weird. I don't know. I feel like maybe people dropped. And by the way, commenting and liking is not a mark on engagement. It really is not. It really isn't. I read through Webtoon sometimes. I don't like, I don't comment, but I read through it, and yeah. So you could argue and say, TT, but like, that's no indication of engagement. But like, that's the only way I can indicate the engagement. You know what I mean? By comments, by how many likes it has. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just me. That's just what I saw. So yeah, a nice, cute little 6 out of 10. And yeah, so if you made it to the end, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, comment anything you fucking want to comment. Like, I really want to know, like, hey TT, thank you so much, you really validated what I've been thinking this whole time, thank you so much. Or be like, no TT, bitch, square up, you're so fucking wrong, like, what are you thinking, what are you doing? So yeah, and I will see you my next time. Bye.